Another exercise that I asked my clients to do before class or after class was working with Mr. Joseph Pilates foot corrector. And there are some very fine videos out there through Balanced Body and a variety of other people showing you different ways to use the foot corrector. I highly recommend them. If you have a foot corrector, it seems simple, but it's a pretty amazing piece of equipment and has really helped me feel much better through my knees and through my pelvis as I progress through my life. So the exercises that I had my clients do were very basic and very brief. I think people find this very intense. The other thing that happens with the foot corrector is that there are two sets of springs that it comes with, a lightweight set of springs and a heavyweight set of springs. And the heavyweight set of springs is extremely intense. And that is true. So I don't keep those on the corrector we have at the studio. They're off for somebody who needs, if somebody was to request. But trust me, no one has requested. We've all been using the lightweight set of springs, including myself, and that is plenty. There won't be much movement through the springs as you do these exercises. Now there are different exercises where you will get more movement, but you will also still feel a ton of resistance in these springs. They're very intense springs, which is good. We want our feet to be super strong. So the exercises that I had my clients do, we start with the heel on the, let me hold up the foot corrector so you can see what it looks like from the top down. You can see there's a black part here and a black part here. They're exactly the same. And then there's a bar with the springs. So you start with your heel and you put the heel on one of the black parts. Your body weight should be with your pelvis. And then the ball of the foot goes on the bar and you press down and release, press down and release. Now there are exercises where you would shift the body weight forward, you'd have more of an open stance, but the exercises that I was having my clients work on was staying centered and working through the ankles. So you can see I'm barely moving the springs. So I had them do this part 8 times. And I've not really been counting, so I'll do 4 more, 3 more. Keep the breath flowing, doesn't help the body if you're exercising, holding the breath. And make sure that you're resisting the release as well. Then you shift, and you can see I brought my other foot underneath my hip, and I put the flat of the heel on top of the bar. And same thing, I'm going to press down 8 times, trying to keep my body weight centered and working the foot, working the leg. And you can also feel the inner thigh, outer thigh. So I'm going to do 4 more, 3 more, and I'm trying not to rock side to side. It's very hard. 2 more, and 1 more. And then I had the clients to divide the foot either into 3 or 4 parts. The heel, the arch of the foot, and the ball of the foot and toes. Or you could cut the arch into the low part of the arch and the high part of the arch. So that you would have 4 parts. I'm just going to do 3 parts today, and there will be 8 presses with each part of the foot. Again, you're going to be centered over your pelvis as if you're standing. I've got the flat of my heel. You start from the heel and move towards the toes. And I'm just going to take 8 presses. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I go to my arch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I go to ball of my foot and toes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying as steady through the pelvis as I can. Then you would shift around and do the second side. The foot corrector, designed by Mr. Joseph Pilates.